was the message coming into that game, and did you think you guys accomplished what you wanted to accomplish coming out of the series?
Yeah, I mean, the message this morning was let's go out and play well at home and win a hockey game. You know, we were certainly not happy with our last home performance, especially that first period. And we talked about our start. The keys tonight were basically the intangibles of puck management and discipline and, our start. Those are the type of things we talked about this morning. And, the funny thing is in Charlotte, the first 40 minutes of that game, I thought we were pretty good. We just couldn't score. And, they got some dynamic forwards. They probably got, that's my first opportunity, except for on video, of seeing Charlotte. And they got probably the best set of forwards that we've seen this year. So they can, much like some of our teams in the past couple of years here, you can transition into goals pretty quickly. So, unfortunately, the game fell off the rails in the third. But again, you don't want to get beat 6-0, and that happened. And but I thought the guys did some good jump tonight. I liked our start. And when you don't chase the game, usually good things happen for you, and that was the case tonight.
Always trying to spread scoring across all lines tonight, and that's, I think, kind of happened here. To get guys maybe back in the swing, and especially guys like Mitchie and Gaisley, who you scratched for games down there. What was it like being able to get some of those guys back in the mix here?
Well, I talked, last week about our situation up front, and we needed more from certain guys if we were going to be successful. And, I wanted to send Gaze, who's had actually a decent season. Obviously, I'd love to have some more numbers from him. But, when you have a lot of forwards that are minus players and you have a guy that's in a plus category, he's not getting scored on a ton. But I didn't like his last game against Providence. And so, he sat 2 games down there. I didn't change the lineup after game 1. And it was an automatic that he was going in today. And I thought he played great. Mitchie, did his thing as well. So we got a lot of competition for positions, and I switched the lines up a little bit tonight, get a little bit more speed on Gravel's line, get a little bit more physicality on Boyder's line, get a little bit more physicality for Bo and Simpson as well. So for one night it seemed to work, and it's nice to get a little bit of a mental break here for a couple days.
How important is it to have that scoring throughout the lineup if you're going to be able to come back and climb the standings throughout the season?
Well, it's been a huge problem here through 32 games, in my opinion, and we just haven't had the depth scoring and the key goals, those game-changing type of goals to either get us back or get us the lead, or maybe we have a great start in a game and, we're down 1-0 or 2-0 or lose 3-0. Those types of things have happened quite a bit this year. I can count 5 or 6 types of games this year. Probably 6 wins could have counted where if we would have had some scoring early in the game when we've played really well. But unfortunately we haven't, and consequently you're chasing hockey games, and any coach would tell you it's very, very difficult to win when you chase the game. So, we'll just see how we move forward here, and I'm just going to enjoy this one tonight and take a mental break for a couple days, and not worry about next week too much here for the next until we get back to work, because there's certainly a long way to go here if we need to get back in the playoff hunt here as the new year approaches.
Now, Lucas Johansson, he was not the loudest tonight, but how impressed have you been with his play this season?
Well, he's certainly maturing from game to game, and we know that our young defense are going to continue to get better. That's typically what happens with young players and young teams. We've certainly seen that 2 years ago when we had 7 rookies come in, and they can continually to progress, and we obviously know what happened that year. It's the same thing here for some of our young defensemen. Hobbsy's been good. Now, unfortunately, his development's been stalled a little bit because he missed 6 weeks, but he's responded with 2 pretty good games. Johansson's been steady, and there's always work to do, but certainly he's a puck-moving type of defenseman, and we're trying to get our offense, our defense involved in our offense, and he's a big part of that, and he's going to have to continue to grow into that role, so we can continue to get some goals here to win some hockey games.
Despite that 6-0 loss on Thursday, you guys still won the week this week. How important is that going forward?
That was a huge message this morning. I talked a little bit about 2 things this morning. I talked about let's win the game tonight, go out and have a good mental break, because we faced a lot of adversity here in the first 32 games, and that gives us 4 points for the week. And then, let's worry next week about getting back to 500, and then we'll move forward from there. So that was the message this morning in terms of how we wanted to approach tonight, which would give us 4, take a mental break for 3 days, get back to work in Bridgeport, and hopefully get back to 500 next week before the clock turns 2018.
Any update on Mason Mitchell?
Mason is upper body. I haven't really had an update. It's unfortunate. He was having a great game. Loved him on the forecheck early, and had a nice fight there. But he went out there early second there for a shift and wasn't feeling it, so we pulled him off. And I'll probably get an update here shortly. But I suspect he's day to day, and it's a tough turnaround too because we got 3 days off and then we're going to Bridgeport. But he'll certainly make the trip unless I'm told otherwise. Hey Matt, nice. I love that. Love that sweater. That's gotta. Yeah, come on, come up here. Come up. This is god awful. No, come on. Take it.
All right.
Just so everybody can see you, right?
Thanks, Troy.
You're welcome.
Yeah.